Paul says in Philippians 4, beginning in verse 11, I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I am in. I know how to get along with humble means. I also know how to live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of being filled and going hungry, both of having abundance and suffering need. Don't we want to have that secret? Don't we want to know how it is that Paul is able, even when he's going hungry, even when he's in need, to be content? Sure, anyone can be content when they have plenty, but how can you be content when you are in need? He tells us, verse 13, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. We note that it's not Paul with his good techniques, with his special meditation. It's not Paul by his own strength and force of character who is able to be content in all these circumstances. No, he's able to be content in all these things because he can do it through him who strengthens him. He can do all things through him who strengthens me. Brothers and sisters, today, I don't know what circumstance you're going through. Probably you're going through some sort of difficulty, because most of us are in this season of COVID-19. But I also know that there is one who is here to give you strength. You may not be able to get through on your own strength and power. The circumstances may be overwhelming. The difficulties may be insurmountable. Perhaps you have been tempted to give into despair, or at least depression, of saying, there's nothing good here. No good can come of this. And there's no way out. But brothers and sisters, we can do all things through him who strengthens us. We can be content in all circumstances. Not because we are so strong, not because we can do the right things or be the right people, but because we serve a God who loves us. We serve a God who blesses us. We serve a God who strengthens us. We have a God who has promised that everything that happens to us is for our good. We may not see that good in this world. We may see that good only in the next. But all things happen to us for our good. And he strengthens and enables us for every circumstance. If we look a little bit earlier in the chapter, we see how we move from a place of being disturbed about this circumstance to having joy in it. In verse 4, he says, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice. This is a theme throughout the book of Philippians, to have joy in all circumstances. To make that choice to look at it that way. Many people come to Qatar and they just see a flat, barren wasteland. They're annoyed by all of the cultural things that are different from their home country, and they can't wait to get out of here. Our family's been here for about 7 years, and we really love it here. For so many different reasons. Obviously, the people are always the biggest part of it. But even just nature, which initially we just saw as flat barrenness, we started to discover more and more things about this country that are naturally beautiful. The mangroves, we saw an amazing cave yesterday. God has built beautiful things everywhere, and there is joy in every circumstance. So, first, I would encourage you to find the blessing in every circumstance, to see what God is doing. And just because you have lost some things that you think are important, and I'm not denying that they are important, doesn't mean that God has not blessed you and is not blessing you right now. And second, in verse 6, he says, be anxious about nothing, but in everything with prayer and supplication, make your requests known to God. God longs to hear about what's going on in your life. And the way we avoid anxiety is to bring everything to God. Why? Because God is the one who strengthens us, and God is the one who gives us the ability to do all things. Things may seem impossible for you. And if you only ever explore the things that you think that you can already do, you will not get to experience the glory and power of God in your life. That is when you will be astonished and surprised by the glory of God. Go in peace, brothers and sisters.